You know, 5 years ago when I started Stratton Oakmont with Donnie Azoff, I knew the day would eventually come where I'd have to be moving on. And it's truly with a heavy heart that I'm here to say that day is finally here. I want to thank you all for your years of loyalty and admiration. But the point is this.
At 0 and 5, my odds of making the playoffs are 2%.
So, you know what? I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving! The show goes on! This is my home!
Welcome to the FFL Weekly, your one stop for all things fantasy football. Only here will you find expert analysis, magnificent takes, and in-depth reviews that will leave you wanting more. Join us on the season-long quest to find out who will be crowned the next FFL champion. Now, here are your hosts, Mark AT9 and Power.
Ryan loves the intro for some reason.
Who wouldn't love that intro, Mark AT? And your screen is not on. Welcome in, everyone, to another week of FFL Weekly. Get Adam on the screen here. Welcome, Mark.
What's going on? Hello.
So, big news press conference there, Adam. I don't know if you saw it today. Power Search 55. He's letting everyone know he's not leaving. He's not done. He might be 0-5, but he's not quitting. He's still in this thing.
Yeah,
so,
well, I do remember one time I started 0-5 and I made the playoffs, so there's still a chance.
Still a chance. You saw 2%. 2%.
Yes, sir.
So we'll get into the weekly recap here. And we'll look at those week 5 results, starting with the 0-5 Coach Waltz against Team Dash. And as you can see, Dash was 0-4 going in last week as well. And you know, he had to decide to have a banner week for his team. DJ Moore, 22 points, coming out of nowhere. Justin Fields in the spot start with 16. And then, you know, pretty even outside of that. But Andrew's wide receivers just shit the bed along with it. Of course, Kyle Pitts has had his game of the season so far. That was a big difference. And then, obviously, the giant differences here in wide receiver. So Andrew's team is hurting pretty bad going into week 6. He dropped Kareem Hunt, who had 18 points, and he dropped Tank Bisbee, who had 22 points. And so, you know, total fail for Andrew, but he'll see if he can turn around. Dash, on the other hand, again, he started 0-4 or 0-5 last season, and he made the playoffs, so this is the beginning for him. Look out.
I believe this was your best performance this far. Is that correct?
That might be a fair statement. Well, you know, I have to go back and look. Don't want to speak misinformation here, but I think you might be correct, Mark AT. Something to build on.
Absolutely.
We'll jump down here to probably the game of the week here. Scott, you're not worthy against Rob here. Rob was looking pretty good up until Monday night, was Xavier Worthy scoring a random TD on a handoff. Just put him over the edge. Otherwise, it would have been a nail biter. Pretty decent game overall here.
I mean, it's still a pretty close game. I mean, 2 points, yeah.
6 points or so. But yeah,
Oh,
Brock Bowers finally showed up for Scott. He might be tight end 1. Kincaid, what a horrible trade Rob did there. He's been trash all year. But for Scott, he's got to be a little worried about Breece Hall. You know, about 3 weeks in a row, he's been pretty crappy. So we'll see what he can do. But a good one for Scott, so he's up above 500 now.
well done.
Raging Clue, another tough loss against Burrow gets a Chubb. That's Mike there. Mike went with Baker despite Burrow
Instead of
having a
Burrow.
dominating game. And then Kevin with a very smart play here with Roscoe Johnson. Only 25 yards, but he had 2 TDs. So very smart play there. A down game for Love in his comparison. And for Love, that's under 20 is pretty bad for him. And then probably the biggest difference, looks like Rashid Shaheed made a big difference in this one. So Kevin, keep battling. 1-4. I'm almost there with you. So we'll see if we can get our season turned around. And then another team in Mike that has jumped back above 500. We'll go down to here to ABCDEFU, who had an impressive performance, 95 points. He had that Lamar Jackson with a huge game for Jess. No surprise against that worst defense in the league, right, Adam?
Absolutely. It's atrocious.
Honestly, I thought Derrick Henry would have a better game.
Yeah.
And then there's that aforementioned Kareem Hunt, who Andrew just dropped inexplicably, thinking some white guy was going to be the starter for the Chiefs. Just absolutely bummed.
Yeah, he didn't do too good either against the Bengals game. He fumbled, so probably ever since then, they probably didn't like him. So.
Well, he fumbled again and the game after that, and then, he didn't have a snap. Jordan Mason for Jets, you might be slowing down. Maybe Christian McCaffrey coming back. You never know. But overall, looks like Brian Thomas tried to take him. She took him right before my pick, and he's been a stud this year. Tyler Kraft, another waiver wire pickup for Ryan. Let's see if he can turn that around. Huge defensive difference there in this game. But I will make a note here, Adam, that Kareem Hunt on Monday night, it was a nail biter for you because you two were battling for lowest score of the week. And so let's go to your game real quick, and we can see 95.48 versus the 94.22.
GG, right.
That puts you out, and not only did you lose your game against Brandon by a point, you also lost the Survivor League by about a point to Ryan. So tough week for Mark AT all around.
It's all right.
He's still sitting at 3-2. So playoff situation above 500. He's in a good spot. Pollywogs moves to 5-0. I believe he's the only undefeated team left now. Or Jess undefeated still too.
I think Jess is 4-1. Not sure.
4-1, correct. Yeah. So congratulations to Brandon, last undefeated team. Even with that pathetic Sam Darnold, 5 points, unbelievable.
Yeah, I thought I had it right there, man.
I know. And then the chain got hurt. Chain, however you say his name. But then obviously at Jamar Chase, Chase,
I know.
Chase
I was fine with it if he was gonna win, if the Bengals were gonna win, but they lost, so
right,
makes
so
me even more mad.
That's what I'm with. Yeah. That's why it's that just makes it. Yeah. So we'll see what Chase can do going forward with Burrow. They'll probably continue to dominate, but we'll see what they do as a team. Jalen Daniels looking good for Adam. See if we can continue that.
I believe he plays the Ravens next week.
I believe you're correct.
I think. Or
so we'll jump into what games have we not covered yet. We haven't covered Ross versus the Bucks. So another performance by Mahomes is pretty bad. Ross made a waiver move this week, getting Kirk Cousins. We'll see how that works out for him. And then Swift had a big turnaround the last couple games. Good spot start for Trey Sermon over Jonathan Taylor, who coincidentally Nate had, but he was hurt. So that honestly, that could have been a difference in this one. But Ross just pretty much dominated beginning to end in this game.
Yeah.
Also the highest point total of the week. Do note that Nico Collins went down with an injury, so hate to see that for Ross. Hopefully good things will come for him. All right, chat. Did we cover everyone?
Believe so.
I feel like I'm already forgetting that if I covered. So we'll jump into the challenges real quick. And we'll run through this. So week 5 was dead weight, winning team with the lowest scoring starter. And that was Mike. Chris Olave
1 point.
had 1 point last week, 1 reception for 10 yards. And Mike was still able to win. So congratulations to Mike, $5 coming your way. And then Ross with the high scorer of the week, which I forgot to edit. That is 124 points or so that Ross had, so I will fix that. And then we'll jump into Survivor. So as you can see, slowly our team's being eliminated here. We're almost to half, and Adam has fallen off the Survivor pool.
Ace.
Hate to see it for Adam. It was a good run. That was a good score. I mean, at this point, you're
He
gonna
wasn't
good
first.
scores
Like
are
you.
going to be eliminating these players. So, I mean, 94.22, as you can see, the jump up here from the 60s the last couple
Yeah.
weeks. So, we'll see who's left. I mean, you got some good teams left. I think maybe based on record, it might be Ryan or Alex on the chopping block next, but we'll see what they can do. And then for next week, or this week, excuse me, maybe I'll win this one. Who knows? This is bench warmers.
I could get rid of him.
Right, you're right. I'll probably drop his ass right for the game. But the team with the highest scoring player left on the bench. So if you're an idiot like me and leave your best players on the bench, you might win $5. All right, Mark AT. Let's jump back in to week 6.
All right.
We'll jump down to, look at this matchup here. Ryan versus Adam here. It's a very close matchup off the rip. A couple of young slingers, Daniels and Prescott. Derrick Henry. Adam Adam's looking a little beat up at running back this week.
Mm-hmm.
He did get
I don't
A.J.
know.
Brown back. That's big, though. That's big. Oh, this is a fun-looking game. He's got Brown going against Lamb. Look at that. Mostly same prediction. Then he's got the 49ers wide receiver, Samuel and Ayuk.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be a fun matchup there. I did forget to mention Ryan left Higgins on the bench last week. That cost him the game. Looks like he put him into the lineup this week, so look out there, Adam. But you got McLaurin against him. This is a very good wide receiver matchup this week.
I agree.
And tight ends, honestly, if Kraft can keep up his production. With Kittle probably being... Is Kittle tight end 1 right now? He might be. I don't know if I can see that on this page. I guess I can't. So, interesting matchup here. I'm going to give the edge to... I'm going to give it to Ryan. I think he might be making a comeback here. See what happens.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, I'm pretty hurt on running back, so.
Yeah, running backs. See, maybe if you're open for a trade, I got some available.
As always.
All right, speaking of trades, Doc Rob going up against Alex this week. Alex still having Justin Fields. I think he's got Hurts back off of bye, so we'll see if he swaps that out. I can't believe Fields is predicted. Oh, excuse me. Can't believe Fields is predicted to have 18 points, but
Wow.
you never know. And then he's got
Who's he playing?
He's playing the Raiders. So, and then there's Chuba Hubbard, who's been big for Rob. Tyron Tracy went off against Andrew last week, of course. I think he might be back on the bench because Singletary is healthy. So we'll see what he does there. And then he's got Jones on a bye. Wow. Rob's got all of Andrew's wide receivers starting this week. Good tight end matchup. see what Alex has on his bench running back wise. I mean, if he's gonna play, he's got to pick someone up unless he's gonna play Singletary and he's got Bijan that he always has on the bench. So
Yeah, Bijan.
So if he fixes that, this would be a good competition. I'm gonna give the edge to Doc, but if Alex can set his lineup, it might be competitive.
Mm-mm.
Then we got who we got? Coach Waltz versus the
Coach
Chuckster.
Waltz.
And a little worried about this game because Kamara is going to go off against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is a weak defense. Might be a shootout there with his New Orleans players and the Bucks guys. But I got Gibbs back. Adams had a good game. Or London had a good game. Adams is out again because he's a loser.
Actually, I think he's gonna stay with Vegas. I saw somewhere that they worked it out with the coach. So.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Let's check that out. Is that true? Are you trolling?
No, it wasn't on Sleeper. It was on
okay.
another news source.
Interesting. So see what happens there. Good news tip, Adam. Way to be on top of it.
Yeah, of course. It's my team.
And it is your team. And then Andrew's screwed with tight end matchups. Looks like it's gonna be known as 6 week.
Nah.
Here. I mean, Bijan.
Trigger will pick up his first win here, I think.
That's funny because I've seen like people say who don't know anything about fantasy, they drafted Brian Robinson instead of Bijan Robinson. Made a mistake. Except Brian Robinson's like he's like running back. He's running back 7. Okay, pretty damn good. Bijan, I don't even know what Bijan is. He's got to be way down there, right?
Bijan trash.
Let's take a look. Where we got it, folks. Where am I going? Bijan.
There he is.
Running back 22. Not terrible, but not great for first round pick.
Yeah. That's kind of low end, honestly, with 12 teams. Each player got, 2 starting running backs, so it's probably tail end. But then you got backups too, so.
Yep. We got an inside tip from B Shields in the chat. Devontae Adams going to the Bills. I want to complain about that.
That's fake news.
We're calling that fake news, though. We'll see. Speaking of B Shields, we'll jump down to his matchup against Ross. Pollywalk's taking a book out of Andrew's book and taking a page out of Andrew's book and emptying his bench again, except for Aubrey. Oh my goodness! You know what? This year, just like this year, I told Rob to draft Josh Allen to piss off Alex. Next year, I'm gonna take Aubrey to piss off Brandon. I don't even care if it's the second round. He is that valuable.
What if he takes it before you?
He'll have to take him first round if he wants him. So, big matchup here. I mean, Ross has got a great looking team, especially with Swift jumping in. A little hurting at wide receiver. He's got a bunch of Wilsons and Williams, so we'll see what he can do there. Ross, if you're looking for a receiver, I'm open for a trade. And it's hard to really gauge this one because Brandon's got all his players on the bench. So what do you think, Adam?
I think we should impose a commissioner executive order that you have to have a starting lineup so we can correctly judge. That's what I think.
So on that note, yeah, I'm gonna go with Ross. Gonna win this one, and put Captain Gator's first loss of the season. All right, last couple games real quick. We have Scott versus Kevin. So Kevin throwing in Bigsby. Love to see it. Just picked him up. I think that's going to be huge. I think Etienne, he's been supplanted by Bigsby, and Andrew made a horrible mistake dropping him.
No, Etienne will get started.
We'll see. And then Scott's got Brees Hall, high projections again. But if you look at this kid, 1, 2, and 3 points the last couple of weeks. So we'll see if he can
still higher than Bijan.
That's true, but if he doesn't get it together, I think Kevin's got a chance in this one. Tank Dell's going to get some increased snaps with Nico going down. Looks like a big matchup here between Seattle wide receivers, Jackson Smith, I can't say that last name, and Metcalf.
Smith and Jigba.
Oh, and then Mark Andrews, the old tight end TE1 versus Bowers, the new TE1. We'll see what happens there. That'll be a good matchup. I'm going to give the edge to Scott here, but I think Kevin can definitely make it a game. And then last, we got Return of the Mac against the Bucks, and another lineup issue, it looks like, for the Bucks, unless his team is just in real bad shape. Oh, what is this? That's right. He put in McNichols last week because he was hurting so bad for a running back, and he ended up getting
McNichols.
He had 19 2 weeks ago. I didn't notice that. I apologize. He had 10 last week, only 7 attempts, but he had 44 yards and a TD. So, kind of surprised that his production's that low again.
Look at that, 1% starting. That's crazy.
That's a gutsy play by the Bucks. Let's see if he has anyone on the bench. He's got Dobbins. He might be. Oh, Taylor's back maybe. So he'll fix that lineup, I think. Give him a little more of a chance. But look at Jess. I mean, I don't know last time I've seen a pre-week prediction of almost 100 points. That her team is rocking it right now.
Yeah.
Mason with 14 projection and 12 for Connor. Almost 11 for St. Brown. Wow. Just a great 6.9 for Ferguson.
Pollard with 10 points. Man.
Even Pollard.
I mean, on bench, but wow.
Justin, she's got Neighbors back. I mean, this is just a strong team right now. This might be the true number one seed right now. Her or Brandon, but we're going to give this.
Nah, it's Trig.
Oh, Triggs, I mean, he's been very unfortunate with some luck. If we scroll down, we can see he's got the most points scored against them by far. We won't look at Ryan there and or Kevin. So really not even close. So he's had a tough schedule, you know. When you win consistently your whole career, you get put up. Everyone's gunning for you each week, and so you get their best effort. No one takes a week off against you, and you gotta step it up, you know.
Well said. Well said.
So real quick in the chat, we got a special topic suggestion from Rai. Highlight top players in the league and who owns. Okay, like that. B Shields is threatening to quit for some reason. I guess if Adams goes to the Bills. B Shields saying he's winning by luck. I don't think so, B Shields. You got a good team. Let's take a look. 505 points for. I mean, that's your top dog. I mean, you got Jess at 546.
Kelsey.
Mike at 510. So, yeah, look out. Kelsey might be taking my spot next year. You never know. This league is in high demand, baby. It's coming. We're coming up. We're rising through the ranks.
Trig will be secretly part owner in the team.
Well, we won't get into that. Rai did that one year. He had 2 teams in the league, so
whoa,
that's a story for another time.
That's a startling acquisition.
Yeah.
Or yeah, however you say it.
Top teams have least points against all luck. That's a fair statement, Rob. A lot of it's luck, but there's definitely skill. Like if you look at me, there's definitely a lack of skill involved this year. I drafted a pretty shitty team. So, gotta work to improve that. Any closing thoughts, anyone? You got anything for the chat, Adam?
I do not. Other than that, that's crazy that, Ryan had 2 teams. That's pretty crazy.
It was crazy. It was back before we had, some hard running rules, a real commish, to strengthen down. Rob has a team I drafted. Pretty much, Rob. I mean, you got 4 of my players, so, but I got like 2 or 3 year players, so we'll see what happens. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you liked that little video. I kind of made that all on the real quick. It was a little fun. Thought of that today.
Yeah.
Gotta do some more of those.
I mean, you gotta do something to make you laugh when you're 0-5. So.
Freaking man, I'm gonna drive over there, smack you.
Come on, Trig. What's up?
Oh my gosh, you're right. I got to because there's only 1 in 13 is the worst record, so I gotta win at least 1 to tie that. We'll see. Maybe I can sneak 1 in there on everyone.
Shout out to Skyline. Is that because they're partnering with Dewey's?
Skyline's partnering with B Shields. Oh, that's the. Let me see if I can if we got a couple seconds here.
Yeah, get on Fortnite, Trig.
Well, I don't have
Fortnite Bears.
Can I do this? I don't have Instagram, so I don't know if this is gonna work. Plus, I don't know. What's your account name? B Shields. Is it Instagram B Shields? Or was it?
No, he just said he gave a shout out to Skyline.
I know because he was on Instagram or whatever.
I don't know.
I forget. All right, I'm ruining the stream. We're going off the rails here.
Andrew Trig.
Brooke Shields is Brooke Shields. All right, it's not worth it. He says he doesn't want to see that picture of him devouring that coney.
Oh,
All right. Well,
I want to see it now.
I know. It's in the chat. Oh, okay. My wife's saying, "Okay, I love you, babe." Yep. Say it on the chat. All right, everyone. Well, we'll look for that picture for next show.
Okay.
All right. Everyone, thanks for joining. Talk to you next week.
Peace.
Peace.